Well, welcome. Good afternoon. My name is Mariana Prieto. I'm a product major, and this is my partner, Jonathan Goldman. He's in advertisements. First of all, I would like to present to you our little piece in Atitlan Azul. Jonathan and I, and a few others, during our trip to Guatemala, we met with the private sector, which is mainly constituted of NGOs, which Steve mentioned a few before, our main NGO being Atitlan Azul. And it's also, there are also many hotel owners that are part of this private sector. They already had a few things in mind that they wanted to talk to us about, and they already knew that they wanted to do Atitlan Azul and what Atitlan Azul was as a certification system. So from this meeting, our conclusions were that, first of all, they introduced what the certification system means and what it is. So what is it? It's a system that aims at reducing contamination levels that are going into the lake. And the way to do this is that they are coming up with these requirements or standards that business owners, which are mainly hotel owners and restaurant owners, have to comply with in order to be Atitlan Azul certified. This system is still in progress, and they're still figuring out what these specific requirements are, but it will most likely be around waste treatments, as you saw before in the video, and around energy saving of some sort. So once they come up with these standards, businesses have to come in and fix whatever they need to fix in order to fit into the requirements. Once they are, they become Atitlan Azul certified. While we were there, we also realized that this was a system that it would be great, and it would reduce contamination into the lake significantly, especially if we as Atitlan Azul, everybody, start by certifying larger hotels and larger restaurants. The problem was that there was a lack of incentive. It's going to be very expensive, most probably, to do this. Depending on whatever they need to do, it might involve a waste treatment plant or something of this sort. So we realized that they needed a larger incentive to be a part of this group, other than just, which is not just, but other than having the pride of becoming Atitlan Azul certified. So what are our goals? First of all, Jonathan and I got together, and we were very interested in creating this incentive. We thought it would be a great project, and we took it ever since the beginning. And our second goal was to target ecotourism and volunteer tourism. At the moment in Lake Atitlan, a lot of the tourism that comes in comes for the nightlife found in Panajachel. It's a tourist that's not entirely focused on the ecosystem or on the scenic beauty of Atitlan. It is there, but it's not as large as they would like it to be, and it's not as large as it should be regarding what Atitlan Azul stands for. So our second goal was to increase this type of tourism. Now, in order to do it, we did two things. The first one was, and they actually asked us to do this during this meeting, was to create a graphic identity for Atitlan Azul. We needed something that people would recognize all over the lake, that people would recognize outside, internationally, kind of like a Keep Tahoe blue. You see the seal and you know what it means and you know what it stands for. So we created this graphic identity, which we'll show you in a minute. And we also created the incentive, which we thought would be a website. At the moment, Lake Atitlan doesn't have a main website for tourists. It's very hard to find information of where to go and where to stay. It has to be in bits and pieces. So by creating this website, tourists that want to go to Lake Atitlan find it, and they will immediately find only Atitlan Azul certified hotels and restaurants. This way we increase the revenue that goes into these hotels. It begins with the larger ones, but it is in a second plan B to have these hotels help the smaller hotels also get certified. So it is part of the program to be able to go to the entire community. Now, our graphic identity, I wanted to keep it clean, simple. We have the double volcano peaks, which are very iconic around the lake. And we created the tagline of a culture of harmony, because what we wanted to express was we feel, and with Monica and Tila and everybody, that one of the important things of helping the lake was to come together and fix the problem as a whole, as a community, instead of pointing fingers around whose fault was it. Second step is to create the certification sticker, which is a little bit of a sticker like you would see on the windows of restaurants. It's a sticker that would go on the doors of restaurants, of hotels, that would tell people that it's certified if they walk past it. And it relates back to the logo. Our second step is the website.
So I'm going to just briefly talk about the website and how it functions. Again, the goal of the website is to bring together tourism and the ecology and this sort of new ecotourism effort that we want to form into one unified portal. And that way it increases that incentive we were talking about. This is the main page. It's actually up right now on the internet in both Spanish and English. And as you can see, the tagline we also have in Spanish there. Once you get into the website, you begin with the certification section, which briefly explains what the certification system is, what the goals are, and also as it progresses, what current stage they're in now. So as it progresses, people can follow what's happening. We'll have news, and we'll also have information about how businesses can join. In the ecology section, we wanted to include just general information about the lake so people could be more informed. In general, when they get there, they're not clueless, they know what's happening, and they can be a positive influence on the lake. So there's general information, and then there's also a section on the cyanobacteria. Right now, people will Google Lake Atitlan, they won't get a great website. What they'll get is information about this bloom, and then they don't want to go there. So by putting it in this website, we can present it in a rational way where people can get it clearly explained to them. And we've also we asked a scientist there and a government official to write recommendations about how the lake water should be treated, what the cyanobacteria is like, so that we have sort of both viewpoints so that it's not a biased account. And we also have a Your Part section where locals and tourists can see what they can do to have less impact on the lake water while they're there. In the travel section, we thought it was important to highlight the cultural attributes of the lake because every town is very different, and fold this into the sort of tourism campaign to get the sort of people that we want to come. So you can begin by exploring every town and getting information and also eco-friendly measures that they've done already in their towns and get some general information that way. There's also a directory where you can see the certified businesses and get more information on them. And there's also a transportation section. There's also a volunteering section so that people can plan their trip around doing a volunteer trip, or they can do sort of an impromptu, I have an extra day, half a day, just log on and see what's available that day and go and show up and do it. And in that way, everyone's contributing to this problem and it's helping solve. Everyone's a part of the solution. And then lastly, for what I'm going to show you today, we have a highlights section, which we perceive being a highlighted project around the lake that doesn't fit into something that can be certified, but it's still exciting nonetheless. And right now on the website, we have everyone's project today that you will see. And after our presentation is done, if you'd like, we'll have a computer set up here and you can browse the website and also review